Are you awake yet? Or still clinging to the feel-good fantasy that Trump's deportation crusade is about the rule of law? It was never about borders, crime, or proper paperwork. It was, is, and always will be about color. Because in Trump's America, your skin decides whether your presence is acceptable or not, whether you're seen as an asset or a threat. My name is Shanda, and welcome to In the Deep End.
So I don't know if you saw the breaking news. Donald Trump is going to overhaul our refugee system, and we're basically only going to let far-right white extremists in who say they're oppressed worldwide for, wait for it, being white. In particular, they made reference to the German group that is the extremist anti-immigration group. They're far-right. They've revived NZ slogans, among other things. South Africans and other white Europeans will be letting in, but only those who have grievances against people of color. Normal people will not be allowed in. People of color will not be allowed in. Nobody's going to be allowed in under our refugee system, again, other than white people. I can't even believe this headline from the New York Times. Trump considers overhaul of refugee system that would favor white people. These are from the DEI people who say we shouldn't favor anybody, by the way. Keep that in mind, right? Nobody should be favored, according to these guys, based on their color, except that's all they do is favor people based on their color, right? It's I would say reverse racism. It's not actually reverse racism, it's literally racism. God, these people.
Maybe actually seeing it in print will finally get the sleep out of your eyes. As you heard in that TikTok clip, Trump is reportedly planning to make it easier for white immigrants to come to the United States. Europeans, white South Africans, especially the ones who claim they are being persecuted for being white, because they can't spread their racist, hateful views online anymore without repercussion. This mass deportation isn't about immigration. It's about Reconstruction, rebuilding America's racial hierarchy from the top down. While Trump's government-funded enforcers, also known as ICE, are busy rounding up brown faces to shrink America's diversity. He's quietly making room for white faces to refill the frame, because color matters in the eyes of Trump and his supporters. Every law and order slogan, every rule of law speech is camouflage for one thing: a campaign to make America pale again. You Trump supporters get downright indignant the second someone says this is about race. The moment someone calls it out for what it is, a race-based crusade, not a law-based one, you twist it and label them the racist. I see it every single day in my comments on every single video. And this one will be no different, I guarantee you that. But no amount of denial changes the truth. It's not the messenger exposing racism that's the problem. It's the America that keeps denying it exists. According to the New York Times, the Trump administration is considering a radical overhaul of the U.S. refugee system, gutting current protections while giving preference to white South Africans and whites from European countries who oppose migration. They even plan to prioritize those targeted for peaceful expression of views online, meaning the people who push far-right, nationalist, and white supremacy ideas, the same ones whose European counterparts flirt with Nazi nostalgia and propaganda. And yet Trump tells the undocumented, well, we don't mind that you're here. We just want you to do it the right way.
We want people to come into our country, but they have to come into our country legally.
If it's okay to do it legally, to come to the United States legally, why is ICE detaining documented immigrants who are just going to their annual check-in? Why is ICE detaining Documented immigrants who are going to see the judge for their annual check-in. This is not about doing it legally. Translation, we're closing the door on your color while holding it open for the whites. It was never about defending borders, only bloodlines. Can we finally stop pretending once and for all and tell the truth? Trump's immigration agenda has always been a racial demographic project. Not about Americans first, not about safety, not about policy, but only about preserving white dominance. Can we finally tell the truth? My mom used to say, tell the truth and shame the devil. Can we finally tell the truth? He doesn't hate immigrants. He just hates the brown and the black ones. Trump believes in immigration as long as it's the face of a white person. You heard him say, law and order is of the utmost importance. You heard him call undocumented immigrants vermin and claim they're draining the system, taking America's resources, poisoning the blood of America. Now he's planning to import white bodies like it's a cure-all to this brown populist problem. Because in Trump's America, color matters. In Trump's America, color determines worth. Some of you are proud of that and stand by it. Some of you are too blind to see it. And some of you are ashamed, realizing, although too late, you were pawns in Trump's audition for the Hitler reboot. Either way, you voted for cruelty over competence, domination over democracy, and exclusion instead of inclusion. So tell me, what is it about color that makes certain white Americans so afraid? What is it about color that feels like a threat? What is it about color that offends them so deeply that they'd rather erase it than understand it? What is it about color that keeps them clutching so tightly to their whiteness, as if letting go means losing themselves? Because color matters to a certain American demographic. Color matters before humanity does. Color matters before empathy ever kicks in. Color matters before truth can be told. Color matters before decency even has a chance to speak. Because in their America, color isn't just skin, it's status. It's currency. It's control. It's the invisible badge that decides who gets to belong and who doesn't. And that's the sickness of America no one wants to talk about. This country's obsession with keeping whiteness at the center of everything. That's the addiction Trump feeds. It's a beast, and you have to feed the beast. Convincing a certain kind of American that equality is an attack, diversity is danger, and power only feels real if someone else doesn't have any. So go ahead, tell yourself it's about policy or safety or the rule of law, but deep down, you know better. Of course you do. Of course you do. This isn't and never was about protecting America. It's about preserving a version of it. Pale, purified, and permanently afraid. Thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to comment, share, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one.